Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Table Talk. I'm your host, Jake Combs, and tonight we're taking a look at the Battletome for the Disciples of Tzeentch. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, for a little while, it seemed like we were getting two Battletomes at a time, so I was kind of surprised that there was only just the one here, just because the last two came in groups. And with the fact that we recently got the box set for Arcane Cataclysm, which featured the Disciples of Tzeentch and the Lumineth Realm Lords, I was honestly expecting that the Lumineth Realm Lords would be released at the same time, but was surprised they were not. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up this tome. Now, I know I've commented on it before, but I love the art style of the new tomes, where we have kind of the muted background, where the character in the foreground is much more glossy. It really makes them pop. All right. So we go into the lore. I love this artwork showing Nurgle and Tzeentch forces fighting each other. And I'm honestly surprised that, like, when we had, I can't remember the name of the box, but a couple years ago we had a box that was just all demons. It was Slaanesh versus Khorne. And I was honestly surprised that we never got a Nurgle versus Tzeentch box. And then the fact that we have the artwork showing Nurgle and Tzeentch fighting each other, makes me wonder again, why they haven't done that. So hopefully they do something like that in the future. But not really sure if they're going to. But flipping through, we have quite a bit of lore. Now, this is a really cool image. Kind of looks like many demons coming out of, almost like they're coming out of the warp. But obviously with this being Age of Sigmar, that's not the case. And actually, I just want to show this one. Now, this is a completely different art style than we usually see in a Battletome. And then here we have painted pictures, including the new Curseling from Arcane Cataclysm. Now, my expectation is that he's going to be available here probably within the next 3 months or so for individual purchase. And then once we get through all of the pictures, we get to a painting guide showing you how to paint some of the different horrors. Some of the discs and shields. And then on page 62, we finally start getting into the table of contents for the actual rules section. Now, with the Disciples of Tzeentch, it's not just Tzeentch demons, because that's what the Chaos Demons Battletome is going to consist of. But this does also have the actual acolytes themselves, so the Arcanites, Zangors, things like that. We have different spell lores, so lore of change, lore of fate. And then we have some of the different change covens. So some of the groups that worship under Tzeentch directly are Path to Glory, with 2 specific quests. One called Gather Ritual Resources, and the other one is Rewards of Glory. Then we go into our battle plans. One of them is Magnomantic Ritual. Hopefully I didn't screw that one up. Pursuit, Fate Legion, Arcanite Cult. Now, looking at pictures of this, it very much reminds me of the video game Silver Tower by Perchang. And, you know, one of the most common enemies you're fighting in there are the Disciples of Tzeentch. And so almost anytime I see a Disciple of Tzeentch now, my mind instantly goes to that game and the mechanics of it, and, you know, kind of want to make really quick work of them, because my team is pretty much able to take a lot of them out without much difficulty. But it just all depends kind of on how the rolls go. Now we have the matched play, and then we go into the actual rules, starting with Kairos Fate Weaver. The Lord of Change, the Chaos Spawn. Now this one, I've never actually seen before. Fate Skimmer, Herald of Tzeentch on Burning Chariot. Now it may be around and I just simply never seen it before, or this is going to be a new model coming. I'm going to be very interested to look into that one. The Flux Master, same with him. I don't recall ever seeing that model before. We have the Changeling, Change Caster, and Blue Scribes. Horrors of Tzeentch of every color. Burning Chariots and Screamers, Exalted Flamers, and Flamers. We have the Gaunt Summoner, both versions. The Curseling, the Magister, both versions of him. Vortimus, the All-Seeing, Eyes of the Nine. Fate Master, Ogroid, Thaumaturge. Zangor Shaman, Zangor Skyfires, Zangor Enlightened, Zangor... Oh, that's just Enlightened on discs. Zangors themselves, Kyric Alkalites. And then we go into our endless spells, the Burning Light Sigil, Tome of Eyes, and Daemonic Simulacrum, or Simulacrum, can't speak. Those are some really cool looking spells. I love how the kind of twin dragon heads kind of look like they're just coming out of nothing from this fiery portal. And then our pitched battle profiles. So definitely worth checking this book out. You know, like I always say whenever we go over Battletome or a Codex, you know, my personal recommendation, if you're somebody who plays a lot of other armies, it's worth picking up this book, even if you don't play them, so that way you can learn more about their stratagems, their different abilities, their different units. So that way, you know, like say for instance, you know, you're playing against somebody with 1,000 points, and if you know ahead of time what they're likely going to put down in those 1,000 points, then you're going to be able to have an upper hand, because then you're going to be able to analyze your team and, you know, cater around that, so that way they're less likely to win. But, you know, the lore alone also, in my opinion, makes these worth picking up. Without having to go into all of the novels and everything, the lore in the Battletomes is some of the best resources for, you know, information as far as what's going on in the world, or the realm of Sigmar itself. So definitely some really cool stuff in here. Some good reasons to actually get a copy for yourself if you don't play them. You know, highly recommend doing so. Now, as of today, the date that this video is going to be live, this is available for pre-order for you to pick up, but not available for actual direct purchase yet. Now, Games Workshop did provide this ahead of time for the purpose of this video, and wanted to say thank you for that. But as far as this goes, really looking forward to it, especially now that we have the Arcane Cataclysm box. Definitely going to put this to use, building a team using those, and maybe a few other chaos units to kind of round things out. But overall, it is a great looking book. I love the artwork. I love the different stories that we got, and like I said, it looks like that there might be 2 new models. Only time's going to tell for sure, or if somebody actually knows before we get that answer on Warhammer Community. But either way, like I said, I highly recommend picking up this book along with the other battle tomes. And if you take the time to actually learn it and read it, you're definitely going to crush your enemies under your boot. But that's it for tonight. Thank you guys as always for watching, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, as we are pushing to get to 1,000 subscribers, because the moment we do, we can actually do a custom URL to make finding our channel even easier. So if you guys would help me with that, I would really appreciate it. But again, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have yourselves a great night. Thank you.